Yeah, I might minimize this and just do recording.
All right, so we've got Typhon versus Lucky Fox.
So Typhon goes in right away there. And wow, that's some that's a lot of back airs. So what happens here is I think so this is I think I want to call this an example of like the mental, just like a pure example of what I love about Smash, and that's the mental game. Typhon knows that in this set
All right,
he
so
is
we've
definitely
got
the favorite. He has experience playing Lucky Fox, and
Fox.
Lucky Fox drops to the platform and starts automatically as a defensive measure. Typhon just goes right in and closes the space, and Lucky Fox, it looks like he doesn't have time to react, but he does. As Marth, you shouldn't allow that to happen. You shouldn't allow Falcon to be in already. You have to, and I think that's on Lucky Fox's part. Trying. He's up against Typhon. Typhon's got he's an open book to Typhon. Typhon's beaten him millions of times in countless different sets, and the first mistake here is a mental one. It really is. There's not much more to say about that other than I think, yeah, he DI's in there, I think, which just sets up for more back airs, rare back air from Typhon. And look at this position. He's already in a really, really bad spot. He's off the ledge. Typhon's looking to get another back air. But as Marth coming down, yeah. So let's talk about that. Defensive mindset, bad DI. I don't know how he lost his jump, but I guess he did. And that's a stock. And with Falcon, you've got to set up. You got to keep the mental fortitude, and you've got to set up right in his face and create your bubble as soon as possible. There's a lot of panicking going on there. I think that's why he's lost his jump. He must have been mashing, like trying to mash or whatever. But DI out, get away from him. And when Falcon's down here, where's the challenge, I guess, is my question. And once again, this speaks to the sort of mental edge Typhon has. But at this point, TSM is trying to figure out how he's going to get back to stage when he really needs. Typhon's still out here, and he needs to be dealt with in some fashion. He's already DI'd wrong back here when he was getting engaged. So there's, I think, a fair here, or even no, not dare, but a fair here. There's no sense in not throwing one, right? Because we can't have a worse outcome than what just happened. So a defensive fair in this situation would be good, because Typhon's trying to come up with back air, and even though back air is pretty good and he's got a pretty large hitbox, it's not beating Marth fair, right? So those three mistakes within the span of 3 seconds cost Lucky Fox a stock. Not mentally ready, bad DI, indecisiveness in picking a defensive option, and that's what you have to embrace that as Marth. Yeah, he drifted down a little bit. Also, side B does not help you recover in that instance. So, dropping down there, and it's a little thing, but after that, take some time. Don't go right back into that matchup. Don't stand on that platform for a little bit. Recollect yourself mentally, and figure out what are you gonna do. Like, analyze the situation. You're Marth. The only way you're winning this set is if you play safe, and you need an edge guard. You need a good low percent edge guard on Falcon. Just take some time in these sort of situations, and I see people do this all the time. I am guilty of it too. They jump right back in, and there's 10 seconds gone and you're down a full stock. You got invincibility, whether despite when you get off the platform. Think about how you might want to use that too. I don't really know what. Dash check, obviously not the best option right there. Going in once again on this side, when you're down like that, don't use your invincibility to go in like that, especially as a Marth, where your options from dash as Marth are very limited, especially grounded. Your dash check, I think Marth's dash check is one of the worst in the game. It's low damage output. The tipper hitbox is meh. It's got okay horizontal knockback if you tipper it, but at 0 in that situation, you're looking for a grab, you're looking for a tipper up air, you're looking for a jab, you're looking for anything that you can set up to start racking out damage. Dash tech in that situation would not do anything with Falcon. And if you're Marth and you're hitting Falcon at 0, there should be a follow up. And I think that just comes down to, once again, mental fortitude. And I feel bad. I feel like I'm ripping TSM apart here, and granted, he is not a Marth main. But Marth is not Roy, and this is a PR'd Falcon and dash attack in that situation. I think if he had standing on that platform and he had taken a little bit of time and reminded himself that he had about a few invincibility frames, he would have come up with a better option in that sort of scenario. But I think that was a panic option.
I was going through stock icons and I missed that.
Interesting DI there on the jab. Let me watch that again.
I was going.
Okay. Habit of mine, in fact. Jumping out of pressure. And you're jumping. This is weird. Okay. So a lot of new players or inexperienced players do this, what I call drifting in. Falcon's already gotten stage control again from you. He jabbed you, and even though it's a jab, you're Marth recovering at a 45-degree angle vertically. I don't remember, but I guarantee you when this zone is getting like compressed, he's gonna throw out a counter somewhere. If you don't want to burn your double jump there, all right? You've just gotten jabbed. You've lost stage control. You made a dash attack. It's a mistake. Happens. Falcon jabbed you. He did his thing. Don't force yourself to get back on that stage. You don't want to be on the ledge as Marth against Falcon necessarily, but in that sort of situation, burning your double jump and going above Falcon, that's not a good answer. I think he does. Yeah, he up airs him as punishment. That's a good punish on Typhon's part. Recognizing that. For Typhon, the next step would be reading that option. He's applied pressure here, so TSM's got to go either two ways. He's got to go down and go to the ledge, or up and put himself in a vulnerable position. He can challenge Typhon, but in that sense, hold on, let me just put this beneath so I can see my own logo, because I'm a vain boy. He can challenge Typhon in that situation, but I wouldn't recommend that, as you're still challenging Typhon at a level position while you're in the air and he's grounded. Therefore, he has more options. He has more options to deal with you in that sort of situation. This is the number one mistake I see from inexperienced players, is jumping away from pressure and then drifting in to try and close space without a double jump, especially when they're above them. Because in Smash 4, if you're above somebody, you're vulnerable. There's just no way around it. In fact, in most Smash games, but especially in Smash 4, because of the volatility of our stocks and how we only have 2 of them. So percent matters. And against Falcon, and you're getting up aired. You're going to take another up air from a good Falcon. So to recap, dash check, lost stage control, jumped away from pressure, and is now drifting in to close the space. So Typhon did up air him. Like I said, I think the next step above is learning to react to the way he moves. Maybe if he goes down, go for a ledge trump. And then you have the same situation set up we saw with the first stock, where you have 3 bears coming up. And we'll see what happens next. Well, that's take your screenshots now, boys. This is classic Typhon stuff. Typhon is not your optimal Falcon, and while I think he could have gotten another up air, he decided to go for back air. Didn't connect with that. Good option, builds damage even though it sends him back to stage. Doesn't really matter, you're full stock ahead. And Lucky Fox drifts out of the back air and does a little, oh sorry, my mouse is like different. Does a little like one of these things, I don't really know. He changes his direction at some point. And I think Typhon just wanted to go for a knee. But classic Typhon stuff, seeing this sort of thing come from him, where a lot of Falcons I have experience against are more defensive and more optimal in their play style. Typhon is not that. Typhon likes to go in a lot, but not in the ways that you'd see a Falcon normally do, where he gets like these long combo strings and leads into the knee. Typhon is guilty of sometimes throwing out smash attacks. This is just the style you'll see from him. As for Lucky Fox, dude, I'm sorry, but this is what happens. Whether it be 2-3 up airs, back air, whatever, you drifted in, you've made your mistake. It's time to DI right and minimize the casualties. Let's see how he does.
That was a very early stock.
Okay. Once again, another mistake. Typhon gets a little ambitious there, but I don't blame him. I'm gonna move the window over so that way I can see things. Yeah, there we go. Now my mouse is lined up better. Typhon gets a little ambitious. I think he wants to just like seal his game away in like 30 seconds or whatever. I don't know. He goes for a 2-frame dare, even though there wasn't really one there to go for. Let me just move this back a little bit.
Going through stock outcomes, and I missed that.
So he gets a knee.
Very early stock.
There. You wouldn't go for a 2-frame. You just wanted to dare him. He was close to. There is no need to jump there as Marth. Once again, you're horizontally level with Falcon. You are airborne. He is grounded. Well, Typhon's not grounded, but most Falcons would be in that case. In fact, if Typhon had stayed grounded and he jumped into it, that's a jab. That's a jab. And then you're really getting edge guarded. Then you're getting dared. Jumping back onto stage from beneath stage is an option that is very committal, and you have to be sure of. You have to do it either as a mix-up, or you have to be 100% sure of it, especially as Marth, and especially as Roy. Marth's recovery is not good linearly, and we all know this. He has to recover vertically. There's no shame in taking that L. You've got a string on you off of one mistake. That's what Falcon does. You've taken 39%. Drift down and dare him to challenge your up B. Maybe not at 0 because he's not going anywhere, but if you drop down and up B at that ledge with a jump, Falcon is not going to challenge you off stage. And if he does, he's usually dead at high percent. But Lucky Fox is still in panic mode, I think, and he wants to get back to stage, as we all do, so he jumps. Typhon, however, luckily, wanted to style on him. So he didn't stay here. He didn't stay and wait for Lucky Fox's option. In which case, if he had, like a lot of Falcons I know of, they would stand here and I'm just going to hold the A button, dude. You want to jump into me? That's fine. Granted, Typhon did exert the pressure here, which caused Lucky Fox to jump, but in any sense, this is not a good option. And unless you're totally sure of it, or you need a clever mix-up, or just it feels like the right situation, you shouldn't go for it.
Stock, to say the least.
I don't know what that up smash was.
Yeah.
Okay, so a few things there. Side B came out twice. That's fine. Not the best thing, but not the worst thing. Maybe looking for just Typhon to do the same thing, get back on stage, but he's too far away. He's a little too far away. What did he do next? I don't know. I have to watch back again. He did something. Okay. So he lets Typhon get back to stage for free. And here. Which is problematic. I think the up smash was cover a roll get up, but he wasn't even at the ledge yet, so I think Lucky Fox is still sort of in panic mode. Or he's getting just antsy or whatever. Nair, well, Typhon's relinquished stage control in this situation, for the most part. He got back to stage, and now he's retreating again, looking for you to throw out an option, which you do. It's Nair. Nair's better at setting up grounded bubbles and doing lots of shield damage and forcing Falcon out of your space. You have better hitboxes in this sort of situation. You don't have to try to reach all the way to him up with Nair. Up air, back air. I mean, I think up air or back air would actually hit in this situation. God forbid up air hits, and then you got something started. Maybe then finish him off with a Nair string if you're not confident in the next follow up. That's a little bit different, but there's 2 side Bs and then a rising Nair from full. Well, you would have probably had to full hop to reach him, but rising Nair full hop. I don't know about the option. You're letting him get back to stage from free, while Typhon is retreating, and I'm not really sure why at that situation. Pursuing him with a committal move like Nair and one that's hitboxes don't reach really well vertically is suboptimal.
Yeah.
There's another dash tech. Basically, just work on not doing those. And Typhon's about to get a grab here. So that was good work by Typhon. See, this is why you should need to watch sets beforehand, because then I could see Typhon's process of thinking. Typhon baits him into coming down and landing on the platform. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch to say, but or maybe Typhon inadvertently did it, but he did. He got a grab, so it worked in the end. So he baits him into landing on this platform. He just empty full hops, lands, gets a grab. Classic Falcon stuff, classic Typhon stuff. Good on Typhon. Back throw to get him back off stage, and need to drift a little bit lower there. So that was the situation I referred to earlier, where if you just, granted, TSM did have the right idea there and trying to up B instead of jump back on stage, but he did a little bit too early.
Thank you.
Typhon, you don't need to do that. You don't. Is it playing when I page out? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it does. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's like. Let me check that because I want to make sure that the transition works. One second, guys. I just want to make sure when I close OBS to pause and play the YouTube video that it does that on the stream's end. Okay, it does. Good. So I can just watch this then from here. Cool. So back throw to get him back off stage. Jab, we saw this. Oh wait, no. Charging forward smash. Typhon, this is why you're. This is what loses you matchups against some of the better players up here. That's just. I know you're Falcon, but that's a little too ambitious considering how far away you are from the stage. He's scared. He's already scared shitless. He's got 50%. You have 0. He's in danger of getting JV3'd. I don't think he's drifting into you. And I'm sorry once again. My objective here is not to rip on you guys. We're not. I make mistakes too. I would analyze my sets and tear myself apart if I knew how to. If I could analyze my own sets, because I mean I could try, but I don't mean to rip into you guys. This is just what I see. But that is too ambitious, and you're missing an opportunity here. I stand corrected. So, once again, I gotta watch these beforehand. I don't think Typhon was looking for him to mess up the up B again, though. But not a terrible option, I guess. Another good jab too.
Thank you too.
That wasn't I'm not sure about how necessary that. I think he really just wants the JV3 to seal this away.
Nito LR for auto hosting us. Shout outs.
I'm not sure how much I can fault him for that. That was almost a good side B. I don't know what went wrong there.
Thank you to Nito LR for
The forward, I like the forward tilt there. I like the forward tilt there a lot. It's got to be a little bit closer, right around here. That might be something you want to lab TSM. But I'm not sure if it covers get up. I don't play very much Marth, but I know it would cover regular get up, and it would probably sour spot on roll. I like that option, and I think it's actually probably the first solid option you've taken so far this game. It's just a little bit too far out. Marth is not. That's like core in distance. It's like core and F smash distance. It's not a Marth forward tilt distance. But the idea is there. The execution's just not.
auto hosting us.
Okay, that moment is where a little bit maybe up tilt. Once again, just the spacing is wrong here. So with Typhon's double jump there, that's another prime opportunity to take advantage of that, because now Typhon's in a situation. And a lot of players do this to escape pressure. Jumping from ledge is really good in Smash 4, I think, unless you do it too often. But he's double jumped now. This is your opportunity. Don't let him land on this platform. You're Marth. He's above you. You're beneath him. You're Marth. I can't say that enough. You are Marth. Don't let him get to this platform if you can. Sometimes he will. It happens.
Shout outs.
He lands behind him. I'm going to call that an error on Typhon's part. Nah, maybe not. Maybe there's not much to talk about here. The roll away. I'm not sure what either player is doing in this situation. Typhon's charging down smash. He rolled away from a Falcon that was landing on him. I don't know if he was afraid of another knee, as we saw earlier here. Up tilt. Up tilt. Use it. If Falcon wants to land on top of you, he's going to have to take some damage. Or he's going to have to get a really, really good bear. Okay, so that was almost good. I don't know if that was the right... Was that the right pattern to use? Yeah, just another spacing error on TSM's part. That was actually a decent option. That's your best mid-range grounded punish, but you're just a little bit too far away yet again. Yeah, out. What's that angle, boys? What's that angle? Countering at a 45-degree angle to above the ledge is the easiest read in Smash 4, and I was so guilty of it back in the day. Just ask Bushy. Everybody, if you're Marth and you're in that situation, you drift out, you up beat a ledge. Or you have a really good landing mix-up, such as if you're frame 5, tippered up air, perhaps. Countering here, even if he does hit you, you're drifting down, and he's not going he's not going very far.
We should be reading.
And this is why you don't challenge Marth when he up Bs.
But we're not. Oh,
because it lows it, right?
yeah.
So, a lot went wrong there. Typhon got a little bit too ambitious and paid the price for it, because that's why Marth has a really underrated recovery in my sense. Even though people agree his recovery is good, it's really difficult to challenge. It's really difficult to challenge, and in a lot of positions, Marth's air mobility is not that bad. I don't know his stats. I should have Kono Hammer pulled up, but he's not like he's super slow in the air. He's gonna air dodge past you. He can up B. That's another situation. I think Typhon got antsy there and wanted to seal it away. And TSM's actually gonna execute. It's an okay punish. One thing I've had done to me quite often is if you air dodge there, Typhon's got to burn his double jump to get back to stage. You're Marth. You can recover. Back air him. Back air him out of his double jump. If he was at any higher percent, it might kill him. And then back air him again. And then back air him again. And then back air him again. If you can keep scooping out of his recovery, because that's what Marth's back air does, because it starts from the bottom, you can really do some nasty things to Falcon, especially with your vertical recovery, because you can drift down pretty low to get him out of that. But if I was Lucina there in that situation, air dodge, back air, that's the game with Typhon. I can find examples of that. In fact, I really like doing this, so I might pull up a me versus Typhon set.
We've got Typhon in a.
I thought that was gonna be fair. Fair versus Nair in that situation. So Nair builds more damage. Fair has follow-ups. Maybe. It depends on where he would have landed. Yeah, okay, Nair wasn't too bad there.
We've got Typhon in a very healthy lead, but Lucky Fox hardly out of the running.
Good dancing blade. Not much else to say about that. Way to use the down variation to get him out a little bit further from stage and yet still build damage. I see a lot of Marths go for up in that situation, but I think against Falcon it would be better to go down or forward. I like down the most because it builds damage, and with Falcon at 30, you just want to get him off stage. It doesn't matter by how much. Forward would have sent him off stage further. Up would have set up for juggles, but in this situation, you're at 99. You need a good edge guard here. I like that option a lot.
Speaking of,
I don't really know what to talk about
Lucky
now.
Fox managing to take the first game.
So Lucky Fox, that was 2 Lyric specials.
All right. This time I will actually watch the match and.
Typhon, you deserved that game. What happened? Oh no, I don't need. What happened? I gotta watch that again.
Hardly out of the running yet.
I think I know what happened. Typhon tried to mash out a down B. This is speculation, I'm not sure. I think Typhon tried to mash out a down B. Don't do that, by the way. Just DI down and shield if you're a fast faller, even if you're off stage. DI'd out as to not get hit by follow-up, even though Marth can't follow up out of down B, down variation. And realized he was out too far without a jump, and realized a little too late. Falcon does have like Marcina issues. He has a lot of issues with that matchup. And yeah, he totally deserves that game. And just panicky decisions from both players resulted in stocks. And not well, yeah. Really, that's what it was. Just panic. Or indecisiveness on Typhon's part there. He didn't.
Lucky Fox managing to take the first game.
I really don't know what to make of that. Really don't. Man, I wish we had more people here. There's some good content. Alright, let's continue. Maybe I'll only do this set because I'm taking a while for a 6-minute set here.
Alright, I missed a very hype kill, that first kill. So hopefully there will be
Stays
to
Marth.
make up for this.
Same thing we saw last game. Typhon just doing some weird stuff. And I don't know why dash attack, but that's really weird. You stole that game, Lucky Fox. You should not be letting Typhon walk up and dash attack. Dude. Oh. I don't know how he air dodged past this either. Typhon must have not executed in time, but In that situation, you could probably land with another up air. If he air dodges past you, he's got so many frames. He didn't hit he wasn't invincible when he hit the ground, and plus he's still landing from an air dodge. You probably could have got another up air in there, Typhon, but going down and shielding isn't too bad of an option, just to stay safe. I like the jab on shield. And there it is again. You jumped on stage and air dodged. Whew. Let's talk about what went wrong there. Ooh, man, there's a lot to talk about.
Do you need to make up for this?
Yeah, we saw this. He walks up and dash techs. Rolls behind Marth, goes for like the classic, like I see Mario's do it a lot. They roll behind, try and get the grab. Gets it, back throws him off stage. That's good. I think so he recognizes that TSM likes to jump back on the stage, but he misjudges the height of Marth's double jump. This is, like we said, though, not a good idea. Although double jumping and up airing in this situation wouldn't be a bad idea either, but instead he air dodges. Falcon's above you, dude. The back air is huge, but it's not that huge.
So Typhon.
And I guess he was expecting a landing in front of him, but Typhon's going to go behind him instead in back air. I'd say this is matchup inexperience, but these two play each other all the time. Falcons look for this a lot, landing Bear. Bear's a pretty good hitbox, as you can see. It's powerful, it kills, it strings into itself with bad DI. And he misspaced it.
Looking to let that happen again.
I think this is like a technical or motor error here with these side Bs. A lot of new Marths don't know how to like side B, so just work on that. Just get your timings down. Make sure you get the variations in. Know what each one does, which ones kill. There's the Leo, which is down forward, forward, down, forward, which always strings in the tipper of forward. Just do a little bit more research on that. So goes for the same read again, catches him. Yeah, there's just a lot of misplaced defensive play, but like not right placing of the hitboxes from Lucky Fox that led into that. And he's gonna get another one. You're Marth, dude. You can afford to drift out. If he tries to pursue you off stage, air dodge and back air him. He's got to jump. Yeah. Oh, no.
Very early kill by Typhon, but
So this is Marth inexperience right here. Right? You aren't confident in how far your up P takes you. You aren't confident in what horizontal recovery it does have. I like this matchup, but in developing a secondary for Falcon, if you're going to do that as a Roy main, you still got to be confident going in, because Falcon's going to eat up misplaced defensive play.
This is also the same situation.
He did utilize his invincibility frames a little better here. The fair was a little too early, but he did force a defensive option for Typhon.
Last game.
So that's not bad. But then he responds with a roll of his own, which is not good.
Unfortunately, it did not end well for Typhon.
Typhon almost had the read, and that was just a good string. It'd just be a lot of reiteration of what I've already said. Misplaced defensive options from Lucky Fox. Right ideas, bad execution. Lots of rolling and down smashing. I think Typhon wants to start slowing it down a little bit. He's looking for the JV3 again, I think. That was a weird empty hop. I think he wanted to throw out back air.
Oh, there it is. There.
He down threw. I don't think down throw forward tilt works like that, or if it works at all.
There's damage. I was silently hoping. Going for the knee, getting the weak hit.
More rolling and down smashing. Okay. So Lucky Fox has yet to set up his quote unquote bubble. He was going for mid-range grounded options that are meant for punishes, and Typhon really hasn't been. Typhon's been making spacing errors, but nothing that's crazy. Like, I don't really know.
Another weak hit Nate.
Just yeah.
Oh, going for that counter. It was a good move on his part, but and that's going to take game.
I think that game court sort of speaks for itself.
Not quite a perfect game, but Typhon moving on.
Typhon's still looking for some unnecessary stuff, trying to get that JV3, and Lucky Fox isn't responding to Typhon's movement or his lackluster spacing with the right punishes necessary for Marth. He's going for a lot of mid-range grounded punishes, side Bs that aren't he isn't technically performing them right from the looks of things. A few okay options, but Typhon's just been in his head and in his face the whole match. I didn't see a short hop nair. I didn't see any spacing with fair, and I don't think he grabbed Typhon the whole game. So, that's another big issue, is there's not a single grab coming out from Lucky Fox. Marth's grab is weird because it doesn't really combo that well. It's got a few. We all know about its few true strings from down throw, back air, down throw, up air, and it doesn't do that much damage. It's got a kill throw. But it's weird in the sense that most other grabs like that in the game are considered bad, but Marth's are considered good because Marth controls. When Marth grabs you, he can send you out of his bubble, and he controls space really well. His grabs control space really well, I think. They also send off stage pretty consistently. I think, yeah, when Marth gets grabs, you know you're having some trouble with him, because that means you're able to get you're able to penetrate his bubble that he's been setting up, and you're still getting beaten at close range, or he's got really good reads on you and he's grabbing you instead. So Marth's grabs tell you that he's doing well, not because of the utility they provide and the damage they do, but because of the story they tell about the match in general. It means you're getting in on Marth and you're still losing at close range, or he's got reads on you.
Typhon is very much determined not to let this.
And here it comes, the Roy switch.
And the way the first game did. Lucky Fox looking to move on and hopefully take a set off Typhon. Anyways, game 3.
Okay. So let's see how they start out this time. I want to see if Lucky Fox does like another weird, just kind of stands shaking in his boots. No, he does engage, but it's with a dash attack.
Roy, we are seeing
2 spot dodges. Roys are guilty of this, myself included. We love to spot dodge whenever there's nothing going on. I think he's reacting to reads that aren't there, it seems like. So after 2 games of getting just kind of beaten out out of the start, he just goes for a dash attack. And like I said, this is once again looking for preemptive reads that aren't really there. You're not necessarily thinking about what's going to happen as much as you are reacting to patterns. And Typhon's just going to full hop and back air him. Roy's 2 falls too fast for full hop out of that to work.
Who knew? What matches are good?
And this is me on commentary. The jabs were good. I liked them, but he didn't really follow up too much.
And how much do you care?
He's getting grabbed a lot. Typhon's just kind of running up and grabbing him quite a bit. The platform conversion was right. I'm not sure why Typhon was airborne. Oh, that's why. So he anticipates the rising back up to the platform with down smash. He's just a little bit early. All in all, I don't think that was too bad of an option, but maybe choose a little bit less of a committal one last time, or go back down, or take this time and get back to ground yourself. Because you're Roy, you don't want to be that high. Your landing options are pretty much just up air. Just tech there, if you want. Yeah, Yeah, I think that's just a Randy fair.
Really? Huh.
I mean,
Good fair right here. Typhon tried to invade your space. He was airborne. You were grounded. You swatted him away. Great. Why? Fair does not send at that angle. Fair. What? No. Okay. So Roy's fair, pretty good because you can jump lots with it, and you can auto can you can. It's got interruptible as soon as possible frames. So that means you can pretty much do 2 fairs while remaining on the same horizontal tangent line. Typhon, yeah, you could have hit him with another fair. And I think this is really one of the most important things for new Roy mains to learn, is not learning necessarily the setups and true combos first, but learning the way the character flows and what can lead into what at certain percents. Oh, I just kind of contradicted myself. That's the same thing, but this is a classic example of not knowing the way the character's moves flow. Fair does not send downward at that angle, especially at low percents. If Typhon's going to pop out, this is why Roy is designed the way he is, with the aerial mobility and momentum to cover long horizontal distances in the air once he commits to a direction. That situation, fair into another fair or even an up air would be great in that. If you can land on that platform, if you can fair, let me take a look at that.
Do you care? Oh,
Once again, not a bad option.
really?
So Typhon, yeah, he gets greedy, he tries to double jump here. Look at this situation. You can drift almost as far as he's going to go, like as fast as he's going to go, because he's at 0% or 5% if I remember. If you can make it back up to this platform and hit him with an up air, that's leading into a back air, or even another up air in some cases because Falcon's fall speed. And then you're at a position where you're at the same percent and he's airborne, maybe without a double jump, and trying to land against Roy.
Huh.
I mean, I turned into a
But it ends there because
I
of
mean, I
arguably Roy's worst move in his kit,
turned into a helicopter.
covering landing options that aren't there yet. You need to throw out the hitboxes that are he will, if he in doing so tells him that you're going to try and catch his landing from that position.
Every time I press the A button.
Yep,
Instead of,
and it's a
True.
punish.
kind of upper there.
Makes sense.
This is the situation, the matchup I hate most is Falcon's jab and what it does to Roy. It's bad. That's really all there is to it. It sends Roy out at a distance far enough where he's forced to recover vertically in most cases. Usually what I like to do is when I'm recovering and I have a diagonally downward trajectory, I like to throw out some fairs just to I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm going faster. I don't think it actually does so, but they won't challenge you.
Just because like down tilt kind of beats Mac really.
So you got from ledge, he just did a down smash and you rolled past him. And he's about to roll past you. Go up and grab him.
Makes sense.
I don't want to sound like condescending or anything. I'm really trying hard not to. But there's just a lack of awareness, I guess.
Especially just like, I don't know. My ground game neutral is not my best
Yeah, well, you got to work on those, buddy.
strength.
You got to work on the...
But,
There's another spot dodge.
yeah, TSM is been.
Typhon, you shouldn't be falling for that, buddy.
But,
He's double jumped. You're Falcon. He's Roy. He doesn't have a double jump and he's about to drift in on you. Roy does not have landing options in this sort of situation. Up air will kill him if he does it at this height. He can't act out of it quickly enough. It has too many active frames if he doesn't drift in. He can drift in and try an up air, but he'll probably be getting beaten out by jab or some other option. So what's his last thing? And he's anticipating move from Typhon. He's gonna counter,
yeah, TSM has been trying.
and it worked. Typhon, 45-degree angles above the ledge. That's the counter zone. That's where everybody counters. What's going on here? You, my voice. Oh. Right.
Roy.
The side B there was okay if you wait a little longer, and you gotta just lab that, buddy.
He's run into a lot of
Okay.
like.
How'd Typhon jump out of that? Too low percent, maybe?
He's running into a lot of like Roy's worst matchups.
Yeah, I think he just hesitated a little bit.
Encourages him to look into it.
Okay. This is a situation I really like as Roy.
He's run into a lot of like Roy's worst matchups tonight, though. I think it.
So overall, that wasn't too bad. You just read the DI wrong, but the up air wasn't too bad of a choice. Just wait a little bit longer so he gets close to the ground, maybe. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. You know Typhon. You know how he plays. You know he's going to try and take the space back, especially since you're standing at the ledge right now. Probably look for a grab. Maybe a dash tech. Pivot forward tilt. Once again, there's just this little window of space that you're giving your characters more range than they actually have. I think you're accounting for range that isn't there from their hitboxes. The follow-up jab is good, recognizing the whiff. Once again, he's a little too far away. But here's the thing. I know Typhon. This is the moment that separates aware players and not so aware players. Typhon's going to choose a defensive option here, and I'm saying this because I know Typhon pretty well. Even though Roy has whiffed and done virtually no shield damage because it was a perfect shield. He feels that his shield has been challenged twice, which means he's going to either roll or pick another defensive option that allows TSM to regain his stage control.
Encourages him.
And there it is, the roll. So, the difference in how you deal with Roy, how good players deal with Roy, is they'll recognize that he whiffed on me, and I got a perfect shield on his jab. I'm in no real danger here. None. I have no shield damage accrued on my shield. There's no need to choose a defensive option there. You perfect shielded his jab. This is grab time, baby. This is jab time. Let's go. Down tilt even. But people do this against Roy. They get scared of the big hitboxes when they're in close. They get scared, so they roll. And what I would do is, he's about to roll because I did two what I call pseudo hits on shield. What you can do to inexperienced players in the matchup is you can sort of feint and hit their, like you should sort of like fake them out when hitting their shield. If you whiff, if they get perfect shields, if you do minimal hits on shield, even though they're not in danger, they will roll. The only thing is, good players, they recognize that they aren't in any visible danger, and you have to actually hit their shield, and you have to hit them with sweet spots at least twice or three times, and put moderate to severe shield damage upon them in order to get them to make defensive options such as rolling or spot dodging. And then as Roy, you react to those, or sometimes you read them. If you react to them, you get a moderately committal and moderate damage output punish, such as a forward tilt, or pretty much forward tilt. And if you read them, that's F smash time. In this sort of scenario, even though I would probably go for F smash myself because I'm not a perfect Roy, and I do have issues with overextending, forward tilt would be the most optimal because he's at 40. You're not going to kill him yet with F smash, even with rage. Forward tilt, though, in this situation, if he reads the rollback from here to here, because Typhon we've already seen that Typhon likes to roll in and try and get this grab instead of rolling back. Although he might roll back, in which case you get to take some space now. But we've already seen him. He likes to roll back behind you. Forward tilt this way. He's off stage. He's at 55% or so now. Yeah.
Encourages him to look into it.
But instead, I think he feared the grab. So TSM actually makes, I would argue, the almost right option in the sense that it was to be expected. So he rolls in order to try and avoid the grab. I think spot dodge would have been better there, even though I've been trying to say not to spot dodge so much. Spot dodge would have been better, because then that avoids the grab, and then you still have Typhon in a position where you can forward tilt him. Although the roll wasn't bad either, because I mean you'd expect the run up and grab, because he perfect shielded your jab, you know, and jab's quick, but it's not that quick. Or at most he would trade with another jab.
The secondary for the character. Yeah, Roy is really hard to solo main. There are a few.
And yeah, here are my other thoughts
Specialists
on
in
the
this
matchup.
matchup, like Kirby Kaze, he's really good at it. But in general, Falcon's just really tough because
I say Kirby. Okay,
ranks-
so I say Kirby Kaze there. I meant to say Hyper Kirby. I don't know why I said Kirby Kaze.
That makes sense.
I have trouble with it, especially just like
Learn to extend the dash dance right there. Fading in and fading out's not bad. Typhon's just taking to the air now,
I don't know. My ground game.
trying to
neutral's
get
not
those
best.
full hop back airs. Just trying to put some shield damage on. He keeps getting him
Yeah,
too,
TSM
because
has been trying to play
oh yeah,
Roy.
we already talked about this part.
He's run into a lot of like Roy's worst. In general, Falcon. There are a few specialists in this matchup, like Kirby Kaze. He's really good at it. But
Actually, no, that's so Roy has the thing where if you jump and air dodge at just the right time, he's got full invincibility frames until he lands, and he doesn't land with any lag. I don't think that's
in
actually it
general-
was that. Good job, TSM. He did the
good at it.
most optimal ledge get up. Yeah, he jumped and air dodged right away and landed with no landing lag frames. That's a very niche Roy technique that I need to
in
utilize
general,
more. I don't know what the S smash was there for, but Typhon whiffed to grab
Falcon's just
and then another roll away.
really tough. 'cause
You're not punishing
his
well
strengths,
enough.
like Falcon's good at everything Roy does, and he does it a little bit better.
I've seen that get up roll now quite a few times. I think that's what Typhon was trying to
for the
punish
most
here.
part.
Yeah.
Like
That doesn't work.
Roy's got a little bit more range on him. In
That
some
does
cases,
work.
but
There we go. There we go. See? I mean, yeah, you connected with the wrong hitbox of up there, but brilliant. Now jab him, please. Okay, forward tilt's fine too.
Yeah, but that range is also.
Okay, so for about 5 seconds there,
everything Roy does,
that
He
looked
does
like
a little bit better.
not to sound conceited, but that looked like my Roy.
Roy's
Not
got-
that part.
Yeah,
But
Roy's got a little
this
more
is
range
how
on
you
him
beat
in
Falcon
some
right here.
cases, but not a ton.
Yeah, but that
And
range.
everything was fine up until the 3-wish grabs. You didn't, and this is something we see a lot of players do. If you didn't grab him once at that range, you're not going to grab him again.
range is also extremely weak
Oh
because
no.
you're
Good smash sense on Typhon to recognize that situation.
Sure.
That was a good down smash. Okay.
I gotta go.
Good use of invincibility frames. Realize that as Roy, he's probably not going to roll into you in that situation.
Going in what George just said. The thing is, Roy doesn't play that way. He pokes and prods at people's shields, waiting for reactions, not necessarily trying to always hit.
Typhon. There's a reason I still do it to you.
But sweet spot's always good.
He's getting a lot of these run-up grabs. It's because of Lucky Fox's tendencies to shield at the ledge. And he made it back.
And I'm joined by Rafik here, who's very privy to both of these matchups. Oh wow, a knee counter. If that was a strong. Oh, he read the roll. Get up. A little bit more charge.
Yeah, Lucky Fox tends to pick defensive options at the ledge.
President kill him actually. How much of a charge?
And this is where that was a good jab by Typhon. It's pretty much how he wins the matchup against Roy, is on the ledge with the jab. You're a madman, dude. So that's a situation where that was. I don't really know. There's nothing else to say about that other than that was a pretty good mix-up.
Lots of rolls coming out.
Yeah, lots of rolls. Thanks, me. I mean, if you, I guess balls to the walls, dude. Nice job getting that kill. Oh, get the balloon. Come on, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're resorting to rolling as your main form of movement, and that's just
Getting passed around tonight.
Typhon going for the 2-frame.
So Alex said he has to go play some PM.
Yeah, your spacing was just so
But,
overall.
Might be getting shifted here. But we have Typhon coming out 2-1.
Your biggest three mistakes, I'd say, are failing to account for the actual size of your hitboxes. Some of your defensive options aren't bad. You're just not close enough, you're just not close enough. Sword characters don't outrange that much in this game. Falcon's limbs aren't like Mario's. They aren't puny. He's got some range in some of his attacks. Down tilt covers pretty well. Back air is pretty good for what it is, especially landing and especially at crossing up with your movement. Doing a full hop and looking for a back air on the way back. Your second biggest error is execution. There was a lot of different side Bs that came out, and playing Typhon, who's a PR'd player, is not the time to work on them in that situation. If you have trouble doing side B and you're still working on it, reserve it or do it in between stocks. I find that's the best way to learn new tech, is doing it in between stocks, like in that little animation where they're falling or something else. When you have downtime during the match, because you're still doing it in a match setting, then you're not just labbing it at home. There was a lot of side Bs. Not a lot of aerial game coming out from you. Roy's not as bad in the air when he's above the stage as people make him out to be. I'd say those are your two biggest errors. And as for Typhon, microspacing. It's got to happen at some point, buddy. It's getting to the point where, you can beat these guys, but you can't bury him. You can't bury him. This shouldn't have been a 2-1 set, Typhon. Your back air spacing's gotten a lot better. You're starting to utilize the move finally. You're not utilizing your other aerial options though as much. Up air is really, really good. I don't see it come out a lot from you, and I had to go home and lose a few games to TM to realize that. Start making some more preemptive reads. You know the pressure that you're exerting on your opponent. You're starting to look at their options, but you're not capitalizing on them enough, and I don't know why. And finally, your third biggest mistake would have to be just that first game. Just know when you have your jump, when you don't. Don't die as a result of getting hit by Marth's up B at 0. Panic air dodge, just stuff like that. Minimize the mistakes. Look to make this a 2-0 set. With or without the JVs. Don't worry about that sort of thing. And just seal the deal. That was a lot of talking for a 6-minute set. Oh my.